Please be seated. Welcome to El Sereno and Entrada High School's commencement ceremony, honoring our graduates of 2022. We are honored to have with us Pam Costa, clerk of San Juan Unified School District's Board of Education. And Superintendent of Schools, Kent Kern. I would also like to thank the community of the Alternative Learning Center, the parents, the staff, and teachers, especially at La Entrada and El Sereno. None of this could have happened or accomplished without the support of these amazing team members. This graduating class of students that stand before us are like none other. As I reflect on this past week on their high school experience, I realize that these students have only had one normal school year, unaffected by the experiences of COVID. On top of the fact that many of them started as freshmen in a traditional school and found their way to us for various different reasons. Some joined us as 10th graders who were looking for a more flexible option and were not really sure about what's going to happen with COVID. Many of them joined their junior year looking for a different option for distance learning. Some only joined us this year, looking to make a credit or stepping out early to adulthood. Whether you are a lion or an owl, those are our mascots, the only thing that has been the same for these students over the last 3 years especially is that every year has been different. These students have come up against trials and tribulations that no one could have possibly prepared them for. Our children had to face change, fear, new safety protocols, ever-changing expectations, and an unpredictable future. The famous author C.S. Lewis once said, "Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny." If anything can be said for these students, I witnessed a generation of young people who didn't hesitate to carve out new paths into the side of this ominous, uncharted mountain. They could have frozen, hoped for an easier climate, for better times ahead. They could have taken a pause in a world that's turned upside down in such a short period of time. But instead, they adapted to this new chaotic normal and sought to bring their present as well as their futures under their control. Students of La Entrada and El Sereno, I'm proud of you. You are the waymakers, pursuers of good and progress. Your generation is filled with some of the most adaptable minds done and sacrificed for these students. Students, we will now take a moment to recognize various students and their accomplishments. Guests and parents, you can also refer to your program to which students might be being recognized. These are amazing students. They have worked so hard over these past 4 years, and we are so excited for them. Class of 2022, please stand. At this point, I would like to welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Kent Kern, to certify our graduates.
Students, by the power vested in me, by the State of California, and the Board of Trustees of the San Juan Unified School District, I hereby authorize the issuance of diplomas of graduation to the students of El Sereno and La Entrada High School graduating class of 2022. Congratulations.
Students, you may be seated. Now please join me in welcoming Pam Costa, clerk of San Juan Unified School District's Board of Education, who will offer her congratulatory remarks.
I'm actually a little nervous. I told Mr. Kern and Mr. Levis that I was practicing my speech today, and I babysit my granddaughter and grandson, and my little granddaughter said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm giving a speech tonight." She said, really? And I said, yeah, I'm practicing. And she said, oh, listen, what do you do when you give a speech? And I said, well, you offer congratulations and your wishes for the future for the graduates. And she said, oh, okay, so if you remember kindergarten, you remember crisscross applesauce. And she sat on the floor with her hands in her lap and she listened to me. And I finished and she had this really strange look on her face. And I said, well, how did I do? And she said, not very good. And I said, oh, thank you. I said, what could I do better? She said, you didn't wish them unicorns or knights or princes or princesses, none of those things. So I will tell you right now, I have no knights or princes or princesses to offer to you, but I do have my most sincere congratulations to you. And so on behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to congratulate you for your great achievement. We applaud your hard work, your perseverance, and your commitment to reach this milestone of graduating from high school. Congratulations to the graduates of El Sereno and La Entrada High School class of 2022. You have chosen a path that was different than your peers, and you have created an educational program that met your needs. You have been a high school student during some of the most challenging times, with the pandemic forcing closures, lack of personal contact with peers and staff, and yet you maneuvered through it all to graduate this evening. You came to El Sereno and La Entrada from many different pathways and many different stories. Some came because work hours interfered with a typical school schedule. Others were overcoming an illness or the illness of a family member. Others were bullied, and others just needed to learn in a different way than a traditional high school environment. Whatever your individual story, you came as an individual, and you created a community. When the board has been updated by your student representatives, we continue to hear about the relationships built with staff members and each other. You have created it your way, and you have succeeded. There are some people that I think you will want to join me in thanking, because none of us succeed completely by ourselves. It has taken a support network of people along the way leading to your success. I would ask the graduating class to give your parents, your families, your friends, your teachers, counselors, staff, and administrators a standing ovation for the encouragement they have provided you as you work towards this day. Can you join me in thanking them? Graduation speeches are designed to offer advice on how to succeed in the future. I think you could write this speech because you are living proof of my advice. For me, succeeding in life is about doing what you love, so that whether you are taking a class in college or trade school or the military or you're working, you are always having fun because you enjoy what you're doing. So many of you are figuring out what brings you joy and how to make that part of your plans for the future, and I congratulate you. Second, it takes hard work and perseverance and grit to succeed. You've proven that you're willing to work hard, and you haven't let someone else's definition of you stop you. You have pressed ahead to meet your goals. Third, I think a successful person treats others well. Looking at the world from another person's point of view, treating others in the same way that you want to be treated, and having compassion for someone else's struggles is critical for success. So, my friends, I wish for you a future filled with many possibilities. I wish you the opportunity to do what you love. I wish that you will always have some friends who will stand by you and accept you for who you are. I wish that you will be that type of friend and family member. For now, I wish that you appreciate all that you've accomplished and be proud. Congratulations, class of 2022. Now let's please welcome back Principal David Levis to the podium for the presentation of diplomas.
Good job, guys.
William Morgan May.
Victoria Marie Uyola. Olivia Renee Lawson.
Jason Christopher Matthews.
Mikhail Kenanola Yuri.
Kyra Sarai Tucson.
Giselle Natasha Rivera. Carrasco.
Ping Annabella Masagli.
Nia Thompson.
Ashley Marie Harmon.
Paris Payne. Aiden Josephiak.
Anthony Lee Walters.
Marcus Lee Medina's Hines.
Wyatt Johnson III.
Tyler Conrad.
Marie Lopez.
Patrick Musgrave.
Hey, Patrick!
Sarah Barbara Anderson.
Alex Shields.
Congratulations, guys. We've done it. All of our work has finally paid off, and we're all ready to take the next big step in life. I was lucky enough to be chosen today to speak before all of you guys and reflect on the collective journey and throughout all of the school years that we have been here. And a word I would like to describe this journey is unprecedented. The world we live in today is plagued with dangers such as COVID-19 for 4 years, starting as freshmen and slowly making it up to our way to seniors. The relationships and bonds we have created over the last years may not last forever, but will forever be held in our memories. Some of the biggest lessons I've learned in school were necessarily not from class, but the people and the staff I've met. In the instances, because of these people I've met along the years, I've become the person I am today, who is 10 times more confident and mature than I was just 2 years ago. I've also heard the saying I thought was interesting, and it was to never be a sheep. The world will always tell you what you can and you cannot do, but often these rules and expectations will hold you back. We are now entering a time in our lives where we aren't told what to do anymore. This means that we either do nothing at all, or we can do everything in our pride to get success in our future. There is no dream too big to overcome. There is no goal too big to overcome. We are humans, and we are built to conquer the unknown. And if you ever doubt yourself, you have to remember the potential that lies within being human can get you as far as you want to go. In conclusion, I just wanted to let you all know of my appreciation for you and all the hard work you've accomplished over these past years. No one thought that 2 weeks would turn into 2 years, but here we are on our last day of being high school students. We are moving on with our lives, and I am so excited for each and every one of you to go on and be successful no matter what part of your life that is. I would like everyone to stand up one more time to give a round of applause for the students of the class of 2022. All right, graduates, please stand up. Graduates, you may now turn your tassel from your right to your left. Congratulations, class of 2022 graduates.
Graduates, I'm so ecstatic for you. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much, families, for being here tonight. The graduates are going to leave us momentarily to go get their diplomas, their actual diplomas. So you will meet them out in the parking lot. So graduates, if you would please leave to your right and go right over to the snack shack to get your diplomas. And then families, you will meet them out in the parking lot. Thank you very much. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thanks for the memory.
Well, thank you again.
I'm glad I was your teacher.
Go give her a hug. Come on now. You give her a hug.
Oh, very much.
Come on. I step on people's toes all the time. Every time I go to hug like someone, like I usually end up like, well, that and like you got lucky, but usually I end up like sort of stumbling over.